Stick around because this video explains how I decide what I trust, not just in survival gear, but in life. And it might just save your life. I'm not rich. I don't have a crew to carry all my gear. And I don't prepare for everything. I can't. So instead of trying to prepare for everything possible, I use one simple filter. I call it the Shipwreck Island test. Here's the setup. I have one bag, maybe two. I have no resupply, no power, no stores open, no scavenging. I'm shipwrecked on an island, or I'm a downed pilot, and nobody is coming to rescue me. Not next week, not next year, maybe never. I'm stuck there for years, not days. What I brought with me is what I have, period. No, I'll pick up another one later, or I'll find batteries in town, or I'll upgrade when something better comes out on Amazon. This test assumes that nothing else exists. So the question is simple. If I were dumped on an island in the middle of nowhere with the gear that I own and nobody ever came for me, would it all still work? If the answer is no, I don't trust it. And I don't own it. That's the Shipwreck Island test. This mindset comes from the same doctrine used in down pilot survival training, astronaut survival training, and old school exploration. This is old school survivalist thinking, not modern prepper. I've got a credit card and I can buy what I need. Those people didn't plan on comfort, they planned for absence. Absence of power, absence of help, absence of resupply. They trusted simple systems, mechanical solutions, redundancy through methods, not gadgets, gear that still works wet, dirty, neglected, and abused. That's where my philosophy comes from. I've been this way since I was a kid, reading about survival training and old adventure stories. It only got stronger when I became an electrical contractor, and I saw how tools really fail in the real world, and later, when I applied it to survivalism, preparedness, vehicles, firearms, and everyday gear. I'm not saying new gear is junk. I'm saying new gear is conditional. Modern stuff works great when the conditions are just right. But survival gear doesn't get to assume conditions are just right. That's why I don't rely on batteries without backups, electronics without mechanical fallbacks, and gear that needs tuning, tools that require perfect maintenance, brand new, latest and greatest equipment that hasn't proven itself over time. I like new gear, but it has to meet my durable parameters. For core survival gear, it has to be beyond military grade. Because a lot of times military grade just means the lowest bid, not the longest life or the best product. In this series, and this is the start of a new series, I'm going to break down SHTF gear through the Shipwreck Island test. Water, fire, light, weapons, tools, vehicles. Not what's trendy, not what's being shilled this month, but what lasts the longest, survives the most abuse, and still works when everything else is gone. Prepping can be a hobby, but survivalism is a lifestyle. You live it every day, it becomes part of your core. And if your survival plan depends on finding something later, it's not a plan, it's a hope. That's the Shipwreck Island test. Stick around and I'll show you what gear makes the grade and why.